Now write this down on your calendar because this is the first time you'll ever see this on Old Scab's channel, maybe the damn last time. Real quick, this is the Bobcat designed by Bobby Shue. This one was made by Ankura Knife Company by Josh Blankenship. It's in AEB-L. I'll get with you in 1 second. Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Listen, this is just a knife I love. That's how we're going to approach it. I've had this thing for months and months. We're going to get into all that. This is a full review. Well, this is a review as much as I'm going to review review a knife on this channel. What we normally do, guys, is out of the box demonstrations. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but I've had this thing, God, I don't know how long. And let me just say up front, I've used it from the day Bobby sent it to me. Bobby Shue's the designer. From the day he said, man, check it out, I have. And really, I never do that. There's a few knives that as soon as I open them, I go, yep, I'm carrying it, I'm doing it, I'm on it. And I'll be honest with you, I've carried the damn thing so long that I was hesitant to do any kind of review without sharpening it. But it is AEB-L. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've used this thing 1,000 times. Out of the box, it was razor sharp. Now, what I was going to do, guys, is do this video, sharpen it up, and in a couple weeks do another one. Because I do love this knife. Josh from Ankura Knife Company made it. Bobby Shue is the designer. Now, if the name's familiar, I've reviewed the Bobcat. That's another one that's a bit unusual, but I love it. I'm going to show it at the end. Met Bobby at Blade Show. Awesome, awesome dude. He's got a chopper coming out. I can't wait. I reviewed his Hellcat. Let's talk about the knife. The thing is this, guys. I'm not your normal knife channel, and I'm not saying that like, look at me. I'm just not. We do things a lot differently. We do things in different ways. And what I'm saying to you there is this. I'm not trying to say you shit. I got no dog in the fight. I don't ever want to know anything about the knife until I review it. In this case, I know Bobby. I've talked to him many, many times. I had him on the channel for an interview. I love the thought process behind this knife. Now, I'm going to run this as straight as I can. I'm going to tell you right now, I sharpened it up for our last paper cutting test, but this is 8, 9, 10 months of solid use. And I want you to know, it's not just me trying to hype a knife. This is a knife I carry a lot. Why? Well, it works. I mean, not everybody likes the same shit. I get it. It may be a little out there as far as a design for somebody. I get it. But there's no way that anybody can question that this sumbitch don't work. It works perfectly for me. It will make a great skinner. It'll make a great food processing knife. And the reason I didn't sharpen it before the review is because I don't like altering the knife. I don't like doing anything to the knife unless it's just absolutely necessary. I want to give you a look. After 8, 9, 10 months, I can tell you this is my favorite. Why? Well, let's start with the handle, okay? I'm a handle guy. You follow the channel, you know that. The handle length, first of all, the handle's G10. And the handle length is right at 4 3/8 inches long. The thing is this, the inner grip is right at 4. I'm going to give it 4 1/8. So almost the entire length. It has an open pommel. Now, it does have a little wig splitter at the bottom. It's not sharpened, but it's almost screwdriver-like, almost flathead screwdriver-like on that pommel. So if you need to crack some nuts, if you need to crack some heads, if you need to crack whatever, that thing will do it. I was actually trying to make a whip, or making a whip, I wasn't trying, for my blast hose. in the middle of cutting it, I thought, well, shit, let me film this. So what you're seeing here is actual. I'm going to use that piece to make me a little whip for my dead man. I put my connectors on it. The thing is this, bear this in mind. 9-10 months of use. Look how thick that shit is. That's something I don't get to show y'all a lot. The actual thickness of the hose. It's reinforced. I have cut everything. I have cut 1,000,000 ratchet straps. I have cut a ton of sandblast hose. I have cut a ton, because here's the thing too, like with extension cords, a lot of times, guys, we got to splice them, okay? So I use my knife. I just do. Maybe not the smartest, but I do. Now look at that handle right there. Look at the ergos for that handle, the palm swell. Everything fits. It locks these busted up hands in. You see that guard there. Now, at the beginning, you see me do something you've never seen on this channel, and that's a little bit of a tip test. This is not a chopper, but it chops. That's why I love the damn knife so much. Let's move to the blade. The blade is made of AEB-L. It is by far my favorite steel. It's 3.5 inches long, and you got it's 3.5 inches long, and you probably got 3 3/8 cutting edge. The big part of this knife, right, is it's 1 15/16, almost 2 inches wide. So it is a slicer from hell. I believe this one is Scandi ground. And the thing is just wicked. Look, I mean, this is a smaller knife, right? But it did chopping. Now, that particular board there, that 2x4, 2x6, whatever it is, I believe it's 2x4, is thick, it's fresh, it's green. So if I'm in the woods and I need to do some light chopping, I can do it. We're going to do some light batoning right here. We're going to knock the shit out of it. The thing is this, man. Josh over at Ankura Knives is a hell of a knife maker. If you recognize that name, he has the Blackout and the Blackout HD with Work Tough gear, right? So these guys are established. You know who they are. You've heard them before. And together they make a hell of a combo. And right here, guys, this is just going to be some firewood for tomorrow. Now, I'll be the first to tell you it's pine, but you get a lot of pine knots. You get a lot of things that tear it up. The steel, the AEB-L, I've said this many times. Why do I love it so much? It is a tough steel. It's an older steel, right? It's the steel I believe they make razor blades out of, but I like it because it holds an edge really well. It's pretty easy to sharpen. I'm going to show you that at the end. And with Josh's heat treat, it holds up. I just absolutely love everything about this blade. It comes with a Kydex sheath. I carry it kind of scout carry. I don't do that normally. For me, this knife breaks the norm. So from the handle to the blade steel, comfort in carrying. It's got kind of that curved spine, right? It's got a 90-degree spine, but it's got that curved spine that you can use for fuzz and stuff like that. Shaving, using the back to shave, get some duff. That was the word I was looking for. So from everything about this knife, especially just how comfortable in hand, it's a wicked looking knife. I'll be the first to tell you. But look at, okay, we sharpened it about halfway, and son, it's badass. Listen, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives, and the stats are everywhere. We talk about it all the time, especially going into the holidays. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. I back the blue. We talk about it a lot. I don't ask you to do it, but it's something that I do. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, hell of a knife. I love it. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. Merry Christmas.